progressive forces into common agenda, because this thing of small unviable political parties is not sustainable for the future of black people in South Africa. It's not sustainable at all. We can't, and the temptation as well, and I'm not characterizing the EFF, is that when you have got multiple of these, like they end up being fiefdoms of individuals. IFP, UDM kind of arrangement, what is it to achieve with that? When all of us can set aside our very strong egos and say, I don't have to be a member of parliament, I don't have to be a deputy president. I can come and be led by a collective, like, and be subjected to a collective and be asked to go and organize branches of MKP from scratch.
And that is Floyd taking a swipe at smaller political parties of South Africa, calling them, what kind of arrangement is that? Everybody should come under the MK and form one party so that they can fight for the liberation of South Africans. Interesting. So he said, I'm not characterizing the EFF, but he just did. With that, good morning guys, good morning, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel where we discuss South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Let us hear what he said about Julius Malema.
Those who are in favor of the revolution, because revolution is the content of what we're standing for. It's not just, no, if it's me, you are betraying me. Some people will say, you are betraying me. Where does that enter? And you don't even once suggest that I'm betraying the revolution. I will never betray the revolution. Because we're not in the business of trying to please each other's egos here. We're in the business of building a revolutionary movement that is going to emancipate the black majority and Africans in particular, and we're unapologetic about that. That is what we stand for.
We are not in the business of nursing each other's egos, directed straight at Julius Malema. You see, they said, we are not going to be dragging each other on the media and whatnot, but this is what they are doing exactly, and I do believe it's still going to be very poisonous, very vile as we proceed, as they all, both Floyd Shivambu and Julius Malema, break away emotionally, slowly, because currently they're still emotionally attached. So we're going to see how that goes. And he goes as far as saying the liberation of Africans. They like to focus to the entire continent. The entire continent that is not focusing on the liberation of South Africans. Like, they were just rejected. Floyd is from the EFF that is being rejected by Zimbabweans. The Zimbabwean government is rejecting the ideology of the EFF of wanting to conquer the entire Africa. What is so difficult? I felt a bit of an element of the EFF from Floyd when he said this. Said we are fighting for the liberation of Africans. Why is their tongue so difficult to say the liberation of South Africans? South Africans. It's so difficult. I even heard the clapping going slower when he didn't say South Africans. He's in the side that didn't stand for what they are standing in the EFF. Do you understand? Yes, they agree here and there. They've got similarities because they say they are a progressive party, but the MK speaks straight about South Africans. Straight South Africans. The EFF is Africans. They want to be president of the entire continent. So now it's bringing the same spice into the MK that he came with from the EFF. We'll see how this thing progresses with Floyd and MK.
That is what we are all about. I think all of us, all the progressive forces, let's unite and build this movement. There is no dictatorship. There is political discussions. In all the times that we have got to interact with President Zuma, he has the patience to have political and ideological discussions to persuade people about how to move forward. He does not stand to subjectively gain anything out of that. It's not like he's subjectively going to gain anything out of it. He had said that let's unite all the progressive forces so that we can build a solid movement that will take us forward. Otherwise, the other things that are said are not worth responding to. We're going to go to the ground. Let's coexist, all of us, and then let's persuade each other. Let's build the MKP as a party which is going to take over government of South Africa. Thank you very much.
Floyd right there calling the smaller progressive parties to close shop and join the MK so that MK can govern this country. Do you want MK to govern this country? Yes or no? And he also says there is no dictatorship here. The way he said it is like he experienced it somewhere I won't mention. And he said something that I don't agree with him on. He says former President Jacob Zuma doesn't stand to gain anything by MK being built to govern this country. He has nothing to gain, absolutely nothing to gain. Come on, Floyd. Don't come and lie to us here. Just see what they are saying about Floyd. Twitter is a very, very, very bad place. He says, Floyd Shivambu here looks like a strong, independent mother of 4 who's working 58 hours a week to put food on the table. Ha, 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 ha. You know, when I saw this, I was like, no, South Africans are gay. And the most annoying part, I saw that woman because of the hands around his waist. He looks tired there. I think maybe they're working towards the organization as the national organizer, the organization of the event that they were having yesterday. So he's exhausted. You know, those hands around the waist, it means you are exhausted. And then this one says, if I send you this picture, just know I left you for someone not better than you, and I regret doing it. It never ends in South Africa. It really never ends. So, but finally, people will get used to Floyd being on the other side and stop dragging him and stop saying things that they are saying. He made his choice and he knows why. And maybe he is happy, maybe he is not. No one knows, but I highly doubt that you can be unhappy right from the scratch. Maybe there are things that you can be concerned about here and there, but that are livable with. So, with that said, thank you for watching my videos.